Well, thanks you guys for all coming out again. Giving up another Saturday night to listen to my speech. Speech today is, the title of the speech is Land of the Free. The topic is going to be the New York ban on soft drinks passed by uh, the mayor, Mark Bloomberg. The purpose of the speech is on the 13th of September of 2012, the New York City Board of Health passed a ban that would prohibit the sale of soft drinks over the size of 16 ounces in restaurants, movie theaters, and street vendors. Today I will inform you a few of the details about the ban and the potential ramifications when legislation like this is passed. The current soft drink ban, although well-intentioned, is incomprehensive and doomed for failure. All right, imagine this for a second. It's the year 2009. Legislation has just passed a ban in New York mandating that males between the ages of 16 and 27 will not be allowed to operate a motor vehicle unless there is a female present in that vehicle within the age of 16 and 27. This ban is a response to research done by the National Highway Safety Administration. The research shows that motor vehicle accidents account for 11.2% of accidental deaths, according to the Center for Disease Control. The NHTSA research also stated that males between the ages of 16 and 27 have ranked number 8 in accidental deaths, while females ages 16 through 27 death rates from motor vehicle accidents were significantly less, ranking 14. So according to research, there is an evident link between gender and deaths resulting in motor vehicle accidents. This ban will address these issues in the interest of protecting public health. So, in that scenario, all those numbers and all the research were actual studies done by the Centers of Disease Control and the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration. So all those numbers are accurate. Of course, the situation is not accurate. It was a simulation, but the soft drink ban that was imposed in New York is the same type of legislation where they quickly linked some variables together and took some statistics and quickly came up with an answer to that, which, as is true with this scenario that we just talked about, there can be many holes found in that scenario, such as we'll talk about later. Okay, I applaud the New York mayor for his commitment to public health. He has set a standard in legislation as far as New York was the first to implement smoking bans and also the regulations on trans fatty acids used in restaurants. And as we've seen, it started with New York, but it's also spread throughout the nation. So I applaud those sorts of ideas. Obesity has been ranked among the top 3 causes of preventable death, arguably by some beating out smoking in a lot of different studies. Obesity should be addressed. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as the mayor of New York has made it. The current soft drink ban, although well-intentioned, is incomprehensive and doomed to failure. History has shown that prohibition does not work. This is a sort of experiment with little potential of doing anything to address obesity, and a lot of the burden is going to be placed on small businesses such as restaurants and streetcar vendors. As a society, when asked to infringe on our rights, it should be done in a comprehensive manner. The current ban targets only restaurants, movie theaters, and street vendors. This ban does not affect convenience stores, it does not affect fruit juices, does not affect alcoholic beverages, and also does not affect any products containing over 50% milk. Right here we have a 16-ounce soda with the amount of sugar that represents in it. This will be the only size that will be legal in New York now the law is passed. This is a 21-ounce size. This amount of sugar representing in there, this will be illegal. This drink contains more than 50% milk, so it will be legal. This is the amount of sugar that it has in it. This is a 52-ounce drink. This is the amount of sugar is in this. This will also be legal. So by simply looking at this, you could see a flaw by design. This 16-ounce drink has about 52 grams of sugars. This 21-ounce drink has about 68 grams of sugars. This 22-ounce milkshake, which will be legal, has about 169 grams of sugar. And this 52-ounce soda, which will also be legal, has about 169 grams of sugar. Supporters of this bill have stated that they're not taking away your right to choose. This ban does not restrict the amount of beverages bought or the amount of refills. The idea behind the ban is that people will eat more if they're served more. So if you take a 16-ounce soda, that you're mandated that you cannot get one larger, even though you want a 21-ounce soda. The mentality behind the ban would say that, so your only option would be to buy your 16-ounce soda. So you'd either have to buy 2 if you wanted more or refill your cup. The mentality of the ban would state that you're going to finish all that you're served. So now you'll finish your second drink and have drank 32 ounces instead of the 21 ounces that you wanted to consume in the first place. So there's another vital flaw to the design of the ban. Supporters of the ban say this is not a prohibition, but by definition it prohibits the sale of drinks over the size of 16 ounces. Prohibition is typically enacted to address significant health concerns such as the Volstead Act, which we all know is it's a Prohibition Act from the 1970s that prohibited alcohol, and the Controlled Substance Act. Neither prohibition of alcohol nor the war on drugs has addressed significant health concerns. Typically, prohibition results in unintended results that have the potential of inflaming or worsening the intended first state. The soft drink ban although it has minimal risk of creating crime or a black market, people will still get the beverages they want. Probably where they'll go is to convenience stores that sell drinks like this, putting the burden on the small businesses and doing nothing to address obesity. Many public schools have adopted a ban on sodas and sugary snacks in school. The sugary drink ban in schools, although it's limited, has had lowered in the intake of sodas, but has not lowered childhood obesity. Focus needs to be redirected to really target the problem of obesity. Some ways that we could do this, although it would be unpopular, would be through taxation. According to research done by John Bishop and Jane Yu, taxes contributed to a decrease in smoking more than advertising or scare tactics. According to a Cornell University study, adolescents with drug and alcohol were 40% lower than children that participated in drug and alcohol education. Research done by Jennifer Van Hook of Penn State University showed that there was little correlation between exposure and availability of sugary drinks and snacks and childhood obesity. The research also suggested that children's food choices and patterns are established before adolescence, strengthening the argument that education and prevention is the answer. Obesity is a health concern that affects all of us in one form or another. We must be careful that when we allow government to step in, that is in a calculated fashion. It should be a comprehensive approach with considerations for all parties involved. Before we allow our officials to make knee-jerk decisions in the interest of maintaining popular opinion, they should consider all options. We should choose the approach that will have the most likelihood for success and the least likelihood to fail. As a report conducted from May through June of 2012, 65% of Americans opposed the ban, according to a Rumsfeld report in June of 2012. Mayor Bloomberg, like many other public officials, are feeling the pressure to address the obesity epidemic. We must educate ourselves and take action when necessary to ensure that our rights remain intact and public officials are acting in the best wishes of the population and not allowing them to do our thinking for us. That's it.
Let's go back over everybody.